numerology is a real science. You know, the numerologists and astrologers knew 600-700 years ago that whenever it was a full moon, people go crazy because the full moon pulls on the tides.
Right.
The human body is 70% water.
Right. There's a
so whenever it's
thing.
a full moon, it pulls on us as well. The scientists just found that out 50, 60 years ago. So there's a case where the astrologers and numerologists were ahead of the scientists by almost a freaking century. So again, when the science says, oh, this isn't scientific, bullshit, your science just hasn't caught up yet.
So how do you differentiate between what makes like a scientifically correct or like backable numerology?
You reverse engineer things.
Somebody who's
you
like,
reverse engineer things.
Okay.
That's the only way to do things. Like, for instance, when I say something like 28 is the number of wealth, okay?
Right.
What is my backing? I could say Elon Musk is the richest man on earth, but that's just one person, even though he is. I can say Bill Gates is the richest guy who was the man last century.
Could be a coincidence.
I can say, again, it could be. I could say Vanguard was founded 5/1/1975, 5/1/1975 adds up to 28. Now, listen, you guys can talk about Apple. You guys can talk about anything.
Right.
But if you know what Vanguard is with their not billion, but trillion dollars, you understand they run the game. And Apple, the richest cash-rich company in the world, founded 4/1/1976. 4/1/1976 adds up to 28. Bill Gates, excuse me, not Bill Gates. Steve Jobs, born 2/24/1955, adds up to 28. Invented it. So here's what, and again, I understand people can say it was Steve Wozniak, but he's the face of it.
Right.
Without him, it wouldn't be $1 billion company. That's just facts.
Right.
And by the way, the new guy who runs the CEO of Apple right now, Tim Cook, 28 Life Path. So you can see this time after time after time, and every single number has things, the people who possess those numbers have things they're good at. For instance, if you're born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, 28th, you're going to be a leader. You're going to have masculine qualities. A lot of these people tend to be fighters. A lot of these people tend to be lawyers. If you're born in the 2nd, if you're a woman, damn that body. Okay, I'm just going to keep it real. The women who are born on the 2nd, they have those hourglass figures that everyone wants without even going to the gym. Yeah, exactly. That's the ones that have. The people who are born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th, they're the ones with the mouthpiece. Run the mouthpiece. Rush Limbaugh, the guy who started it all with radio. Howard Stern, born on the same freaking day. Zerka's a 3 life path.
Yeah.
Sartain doesn't want to hear this shit, but he's a 3 life path. Rolo doesn't want to hear this, but he's a 3 life path. Okay,
That's
4 is the number of law and order.
Okay.
When Donald Trump came to power, did he not try to institute law and order?
He did.
Yep.
He is a 4 life path. He's a law and order president. 4 is the number of law and order, something you guys can see all the time with your own self. Whenever it's the 4th, 13th, 31st, you're going to see a whole bunch of cops pulling people over because that is the number of law and order. So, for instance, how do you apply this to your everyday life? Well, if you're a criminal, don't be doing dirt on the 4 because you're going to get caught. By the way, if you're an employee looking for good workers, hire people born on the 4th, 13th, 31st. They work hard. People born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd. 1 in 4 is 5, 2 and 3 is 5. They're the good-looking ones. Go on your Facebook, go on your IG, and what you're going to see is a whole bunch of beautiful people. People born on the 6th, 24th, 15th. They're the home and family-oriented people. They're the ones who want homes, families. If you're looking for a woman and you want to have kids, look for someone born on the 6th, 15th, 24th, because they want families. They're not going to be like the other women who are running around the streets. They want kids and families. Look at the people who were born on the 7th, 16th, 25th. These are the geniuses. Genius starts with G. G is the 7th letter. So again, one of the things that got me into this, because I was a skeptic. I'm just like you. I was a skeptic.
He's telling me I'm a genius.
Okay.
I don't know about this.
We'll get,
Oh, of course, I know. Of course, you'd lean into that one, Charlie.
I'm not so
of course.
I'm just, it's the days he's saying.
So here's the thing. Here's
The
what
shoe fits, right?
Here's what I figured out. I started noticing that women
Right.
who are born on the 7th, 16th, 25th are extremely intelligent. Now, you have to understand this. As a man, I don't think much about women's intelligence. I understand a lot of women have, educational because they went to, college and they're indoctrination centers when they turn into feminists. I get that part.
Sure.
But what I'm basically trying to say is when I saw that the women born on the 7th, 16th, 25th actually had intelligence, I'm like, this is real. Numerology is real. Then it comes to the 8th. People born on the 8th, 17th, 26th. There's 15 black billionaires in America.
Right.
When the year started, Kanye dropped off. But Michael Jordan, born on the 17th, Kanye, born on the 8th. Right. So again, you look at the percentage. Two of those guys have that much money. Then we look at people like you, born on the 9th, 18th, 27th. You can adapt to anything. You can adapt to any situation, brother.
I ain't no. That's
we're
the
we're the same on that.
Really? Oh, okay, cool.
That's it. Okay, so I must have misheard.
So I have to ask you about this.
So yeah, that makes sense.
So what is the? So what's the difference? So what's the difference between like, let's just say like you're born on the 5th versus like your 5 life path? Is that the same?
No.
Okay.
So basically, it's like AM and FM radio. So let's take you for example.
But it does count though.
Of course. Okay. You, for example, you're a 33. That is your main number. The life path. Right here, I got it tattooed on me, bro.
Damn.
That is your that is your main number, okay?
Okay.
That is the main energy you encompass.
Okay.
The second is the day you're born on.
Okay.
So I'm a 33, but I'm born on the 7th. So again, the 33 is supreme, but the 7 is secondary. Yeah. Same with everything with you. You're on the 27th. You're extremely adaptive, just like him. You can adapt to any host you putting on, and I know I'm that unusual.
Hey. No, we're equal opportunity over here.
People born on the 11th, 29th, they're old souls.
Right.
Let's be real. Joe Rogan, top talk show host in the world, born on the 11th. Who's the fringe guy everyone knows about? Alex Jones, born on the 11th. How the fuck does Aiden Ross get famous? The guy's a clown, but he's born on the 11th, so he gets famous. Candace Owens came out of nowhere, born on the 29th, 2 and 9 is 11. So again, you see the people who have it. They always usually have the same numbers. It's usually master numbers. And again, it doesn't matter what the field is. I'm just bringing up examples in the field we're in.
So in terms for multi-digit numbers, so not everyone's born between 1 through 9, right? So
correct.
So is it just like my brother's born on the 29th, that would make him an 11?
Yes, because 2 and 9, it's up to 11, and master numbers are never broken down. That's why 9/11 happened on the 11th. The first plane to hit the World Trade Center was Flight 11. New York City, 11/11ers. New York, the 11th State of the Union. They look like a side. The Twin Towers look like an 11 side by side. So again, 11, all over the place. And that's what got me into numerology. Because I'm looking at all this and I'm like, okay, is this a coincidence? And the thing about me is I love history.
Right.
I would have been a historian if it wasn't for a numerologist, okay? And I remembered that the Great War ended on 11 at exactly 11 o'clock. So I'm like, wait a second. They were still firing bullets at each other at 10:55, but at 11, all of a sudden it stopped. So at that point...
That was a little on the nose.
Yes.
That was a little on the nose.
So at that point, I'm like, okay, I see smoke. Now let's find fire.
So how did you first understand that, though? Like, you had to have looked into numerology a bit before that?
No, I didn't look into numerology at all before.
But like, what made you recognize that those numbers existed?
Pattern recognition.
So once you started learning numerology,
no, I didn't learn numerology at that point at all. I just saw patterns, and I wanted explanations to it. When you have a mind that demands answers, you're going to start looking for stuff. You're going to start trying to reverse engineer things. And there is no information on this. And the numerologists I talked to back in the day, the so-called top of the food chain in 2001, 2002, there's basically a bunch of divorced women 3 times who are broke.
Right.
What the fuck am I going to listen to you for?
Right.
Mama Cleo, like Madam Cleo.
yeah. Well, she actually made money. She was a good scammer.
Well, so how did you kind of like stumble into numerology there in that backwards kind of, what do you call it?
Like an event?
Reverse engineering
I started looking at historical events.
Okay.
I started looking at Wall Street crashed on October 29th, 2 and 9 is 11. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Then I saw Oklahoma City happen on 4/19/1995. Add it all up. Again, we have 38, 3 days, 11.
But so how did you get to that point to where you were like, okay, I'm going to apply numerology to this?
I'm just counting up numbers.
Like
I'm just counting up numbers at this point.
Gotcha.
It's just pattern recognition.
So 9/11 got you basically. Yes. What the fuck? I mean, I think that was a big awakening for everybody. It was like, what the hell is this?
You would hope,
right? Yeah, you would hope, right? But 9/11 happened. Then from there, you just was like, you really started like getting in tune with like, why do I keep seeing these repeating numbers and stuff? Because like I mean, I think we've all seen 11/11, or we go on our phones and see 222 or 333. I think earlier it was 111. You know, it's like stuff like that, right?
You also see kind of what your mind has been looking for. It's kind of like when you first hear about like a new like whatever it is that you're looking at the stores.
It's like when you buy a new car and then you start noticing that new car. I get it. But here's the thing. Like I was talking about the number 28. I started doing research. And let's just do the math. 1 out of 30, again, you have 30 dates in the actual month. So it's 1 out of 30 is 3.3%. So if I was going to say the top 50 billionaires, mathematically, maybe 2.
Right.
We got 8. We got 8, boys. So again, at that point, you have to start saying the math is so much above the law of averages. We have to look into this. What does this mean? You know, things like that matter. And when people say this is bullshit, do the work.
Right.
Do the work. See if it's bullshit yourself. You can give me anyone's birthday. I'll read him like a book. As a matter of fact, Jordan Peterson, I've made this challenge to him many times. You can go, we can take 20 random people in the streets. First, we'll start with putting $1 million each in escrow. Right. Okay. Then we go up to 20 random people in the streets. You can talk to them for 5 minutes by yourself. Do any psychology you want with them. I will be blindfolded when I see these people.
Damn.
I bet you those people will say, I gave them better reading than you did. And no one wants to challenge me on this. Nobody. The War Room. I'm not going to say much about them, but you know they pay everyone on the 28th, and they tell everyone it's a lucky number?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Come on, guys. You know, people just need to keep it real.
Right.
You know, if a lot of people are in my position, they'll be telling people they're psychic.